Namaste and greetings. Today the inspiration is to continue how to express the 12 steps of recovery in regard to the posturing that yoga brings us, the mindset that yoga brings us. There's 8 limbs of yoga. So we'll be working today with mantra, which is positive affirmations, and we're going to be working with asanas, which are postures. And it's going to be very brief encounter with steps 4, 5, and 6. And please view the steps 1, 2, and 3, which is the spirit of Tadasana mountain pose. So coming to our place of awareness, sitting in your seat, perhaps downcast eyes. The focus is right here between the eyebrows, and that is in respect of steps 4, 5, and 6, the introspection of a personal inventory, and then the connection between the heart, which is the space, spirit, and place that in my recovery I strive to be. So it's the distance or the 2 places of heart and intuitive knowing. And the big book states that more and more as I work the steps, I have this intuitive knowing. It's the 6th sense of being in the world of spirit. So concentrating, putting our attention between heart and third eye, and coming into a place of receptivity, of teachability, of connection. It's all based on my willingness. Pushing feet into the earth and consciously coming into contact with the power greater than self. Pushing in and making contact. It's based, all contingent on my willingness. Pushing in through the seat and feeling the stability as if we were sitting on a 3-legged stool. We're going to create a balance between ourselves, spirit, and this action program, this program of action. Sitting and feeling equilibrium between left and right. So do you feel like there's an evenness? Pulling up as we push down. So it's an ease. Little by slowly, easy does it. We push in, making contact. We pull up and we continue the connection to something greater than self, something above in the energy of sky. Shoulders come forward, up, back, and down, and that opens up the heart space. And what we just created is a conduit, which is us. Let me be an instrument. We become an instrument through the alignment of willingness. Pushing up through the crown of the head, pushing down. We have this beautiful feeling of being in the center, or the neutrality that we hear about in our steps. There will be a place of neutrality. And taking a breath, and as we breathe, breathing into the third eye, right between the eyebrows, and then exhaling into the heart, breathing into the heart, and exhaling out of the third eye. So it's creating this beautiful flow between the 2 places, a beautiful energetic flow. Taking a nice deep breath in, filling the bottom of the lungs, the middle, and the top. Exhaling from the top, the middle, to the bottom. Alternating between third eye, alternating between the heart. Our code becomes one of living with love and compassion and kindness towards all things, including self. start to bring into your realization, what is this power greater than self? And how would this power have you be? The fourth step is discovering all of the liabilities, all the things that we bring through the steps so that we can clear the wreckage of our past. Let's bring in the qualities of this power greater than self. Big Book also talks about when we read, we hear that the more we put attention on something, the more it becomes a reality. Manifesting the qualities of a power greater than self. The St. Francis prayer always gives me a wonderful indication of how it is. Let me be an instrument of thy peace and love. Wherever there's hatred, let me sow acceptance. So coming into the qualities of a power greater than self. Step 4 is about the courage to look and to be honest, to look and to be vulnerable, and to see the things as they are. And a balanced fourth step is about seeing the assets as well as the liabilities. So our pose for the fourth step and for the fifth step, where we tell our truth about ourselves, is warrior pose. So taking a seat now where we're going to move toward the right of our seat so that we're going to be able to extend our leg toward the back. And we're going to keep our focused attention, third eye and heart. And we're going to rise up through our fingertips. So increasing the receptivity, the courage to explore what our part in these things in the past, what has our part been. And coming back into a little backward bend, we open up the heart, we open up to V. Arms come apart a little bit so that there's shoulder distance. The fingers are pointing up like lightning rods to the sky. And we extend back the leg that's closest to the edge. So extending the leg back so that you're on the toe box. And then just move your front leg so that it is flexed or bent. And we lift up and we reach back. And this is the warrior pose, being in the heart space, open and receptive. And we reach and we breathe and we put the attention again, third eye, and we bring it into the heart space. Exhale, down into the heart. Inhale through the heart, rise up to the third eye. And the mantra is, I am open to thee, to all of your qualities of love, acceptance, and forgiveness. I am open to thee. I am all of those qualities. And as you practice this, you can add whatever it is. For me, it's about self-acceptance and forgiveness and non-judgment of self. And in yoga practice, I have learned that it begins with me. So taking a few breaths here, we reach up. So we're willing to be teachable. And we bend back. We're malleable and we are flexible. So we are flexible. We open up, we're willing to open up and look into the heart space. And we breathe. Hands will come together and we bring all of that knowledge down into our psyches and our beings. Touch in with the heart, the thumbs touch in with the heart. And then we're going to come back to neutrality. We're promised a state of neutrality. I love the promises. They're in every step. We are willing to look at things in a new perspective, so we shift over into our chairs. And once again, we meet whatever it is that we're discovering about ourselves as the warrior with courage and strength, the serenity prayer, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Arms come up, and we reach up. Feet come hip width apart. We reach up and push down, making that conscious connection. It's all based on willingness. We take a breath into the third eye. We exhale into the heart, and we come back and open the heart. Take a breath into the heart. Exhale through the third eye. We're going to stay here for a few breaths, and then we're going to bring our leg back. 2 more breaths, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, emptying from the top to the bottom. Taking a breath in, we come back to neutrality, reaching up, and we let the other leg come back. And we find a new balance with a power greater than self. Back leg is pushing through the heel, and it's pushing through on the toe box. We take a breath in, and we're going to come back for 3 breaths. Once again, breathing into the third eye, and then exhaling into the heart. Inhaling through the heart, exhaling through the third eye. One last time, breathing into the third eye, reaching up and pushing down, making conscious contact. Let that leg migrate back to the other. We're going to stay with our arms up. We're going to reshift. And then bring the hands together into the heart space for our step 6, the willingness to be whatever it is that you see your higher power as, the attributes, the characteristics, the qualities, the principles. Taking a few minutes and bringing all of that into mind. Make me an instrument of your peace, your love, your compassion. I am an instrument of your peace, your love, your compassion. Repeating our mantra, which is an affirmation that we say over and over again. Of late in my steps, what I'm doing is practicing a quality a day or a quality a week, and I am saying my mantra in the present tense. I am love. I am love. I am a child of my higher power. And the way the science of affirmations is such that as I repeat that, so it is I become. My thoughts create my destiny. When I align my self-will with that of a power greater than self, amazing grace is possible. So sitting a few more minutes in meditation, bringing attention to the third eye. I am love, or I am, and fill in whatever it is. Exhale through the heart. Inhale what the quality is that you are. Exhale to the third eye. Inhale through the third eye. I am. Fill it in. Exhale out into the heart. And one more time, feel free to stay with this meditation or to pick it up at any other time. It's wonderful to do it a few times a day. I am, and you fill in the quality. Exhaling out into the heart, inhaling through the heart, exhaling through the third eye. Surrendering all of this, trusting in a power greater than self to restore us to sanity and to harmony and to peace and serenity. The hands rest on the thighs, and we get a sense from feet all the way up to head, whatever it is that's happening in this moment, to bring us into present time with a power greater than self. And we feel the energy moving through our bodies with our conscious contact, leaving the orientation of our breath from third eye to the heart and coming back to the breath that you began with. Notice the changes as we take inventory from our feet all the way up to our heads. Feel your three-dimensional, exquisite nature. Feel the gratitude for this practice and for remembering our true nature. We bring hands up together and we touch in with the heart and wish each other namaste. I see the light in you, and when I see the light in you, I'm reminded of the light of spirit also within me. And when we stand in that place of recovery, amazing grace is possible. Namaste, thank you, and blessings. Peace and serenity.